All right, welcome to our still very close to being finished, unfinished basement. We bought the new Omni Fire TV, and you'll notice I still have the plastic on it. It's because there's something just slightly not right with it that makes it not right for us, but it may make it right for you. Is it? We'll keep on watching our review to find out more. All right, this is our children's new play area downstairs. And we have this awesome media room that's just over here. And frankly, I end up watching Puppy Dog Pals or something crazy like that. And I want to watch a football game. So I ended up watching like on my phone, which is silly when you got this big 85-inch TV. So we decided to put a TV right here above a fireplace, heats the basement. And I know this TV is higher than it should be, but that's because it has to be for code for the TV or for the fireplace or anything else like that. So don't comment that it's up too high. We know that. It's also why it's tilted down quite a bit, and I'll talk about that more here in just a second. But we wanted the Amazon Fire TV with built-in Alexa because we wanted it to work without a remote. That way our kids could use it. We didn't have to find the remote. We didn't have to lose the remote. So it works really easy. So check this out. Alexa, turn on TV. Whoop. It did not work that time. Alexa, turn on TV. Very interesting. Alexa, turn on. That's weird. It worked before. Alexa, turn on Fire TV. Hey, Alexa, turn on Fire TV. That's super weird. I wonder why it's not working. Let's check it out. All right, so that was weird. I just tried to show you how awesome this was, and it did not work at all. Let's try that again. I actually wasn't able to even turn it off and turn it back on. There was nothing wrong with our network settings. I had to turn off the circuit breaker, which is what you saw, and you can see it works. Nothing changed from our network, so that was kind of weird. Downside to not having a remote that works all the time, but you can use this TV from off. Let's try it again. To say something like, Alexa, turn on Puppy Dog Pals. Blue means that it heard you. Has a nice privacy feature, which I'll show you. Pals. And of course, the updates in progress is probably my remote did not work correctly. Okay, let's try this again. Alexa, play Puppy Dog Pals on the Disney Plus app. So that worked pretty well once you get it all set up. Now, let's try it again. You have to know exactly what to say, just like the real Alexa. Open up Puppy Dog Pals.
I have a few skills that can help. Do you mean Puppy Diary?
No, play Puppy Dog Pals. So this works a little bit because it shows you where it could be. It's kind of like the search feature on Apple TV. But unless you know exactly what to say or exactly what you're looking for, exactly where it is, it's a little bit tough to use. So you have to say something like, Alexa, play Puppy Dog Pals on Disney Plus.
Getting Puppy Dog Pals from Disney Plus.
Then it works. It's kind of nice it works that way, but it's not perfect. You still need to use a remote to use Alexa, stop. I don't know why that didn't work. Alexa, stop. So for some reason that doesn't work either. Alexa, pause. Alexa, turn this off. It doesn't work, I don't know. So you need to have the remote still handy to do some of these features. It's kind of funny. Other thing, and a lot of people are critical of the Amazon Fire software that this runs on. It's a little bit snappier than some of the previous stuff that they've offered, but it's not the fastest. It's not nearly as fast as the Apple TV, which I have using in almost all of our other TVs that we have around the house. A really great feature of this though is that it comes pre-set up. So you don't need to enter your Wi-Fi passwords. You don't need to set up anything else. In fact, if you've had another Apple TV or another Amazon TV, it will actually pull in the apps you've already installed. I actually don't know how Amazon does it. How do they have this set up for your Wi-Fi? I didn't even put in my Wi-Fi address. I plug it in, it asked, am I chip? And I said yes, hit yes, and it loaded up and started downloading an update. It was pretty incredible. I don't know how they do it, but it is awesome. Once again, setup was super easy, and overall the picture quality is pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's the best. I mean, even in the app you can see some very deep pixelation here. And if you just are a little bit freaked out and don't want anyone listening to you, you can hit the little red dot right here. That turns it off. Alexa, open Hulu.
Okay.
Or how about this? Alexa, what live sports are going on right now?
None of your favorite teams have any recent or upcoming games at this time.
Well, rats. Alexa, what should I watch right now? Alexa, what should I watch right now?
Here you go.
I'm super curious. I have no idea what it is. Oh, there we go. Must have been some shows my wife was watching, which is really funny. If you don't know if the A word has heard you or not, it does have this nice little blue light that indicates that it is listening. So we say, Alexa, play the first one. Oh, actually, it's pretty cool. I'm actually pretty impressed it did that. Well, let's see. Okay, enter a pin, because I do have parental controls turned on here in case a kid is watching this. So Alexa, home. I don't envy any company that has to figure out how do you work with all the different subscription services. Apple has a pretty good take on it that they've done. They have a single sign-on. We use Hulu for everything that we subscribe to pretty much. That way it's all through one login, which is really nice. But you can also ask the A word questions like you would like a normal one. So you say, Alexa, what's the weather gonna be like today?
The current weather is 52 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. You can expect more of the same today, with a high of 54 degrees and a low of 29 degrees.
And what's great is if there is some visual stuff that goes with it, it will show that to you as well. Now, I don't know if this works, so I'm gonna try it for the first time. I just enabled the skill. So let's see. Alexa, show me the doorbell.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named doorbell.
Alexa, show me the patio.
Okay.
Does it work? Will it work? Will it work? I had named it something funny. Waiting for Nest, and there's a front view of our porch. That's pretty cool. And you can do picture in picture. If I can find the remote. That is pretty slick, actually. I'm actually really impressed that that works well. Alexa, maximize camera.
Okay.
That's really cool. I'm actually really impressed that worked. You can also ask A word to do things like, Alexa, play Christmas music.
Christmas radio from Pandora.
Alexa, stop. I'm actually really impressed at how smart and fast this TV is. It's not perfect, and smart technology is not perfect by any means. If you have a word, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It doesn't always work exactly the right way that you would think it's working, but when it does work, you're very pleasantly surprised. A couple of other really cool features of this Fire TV. It is updated all the time. They are adding new features to it. You saw, even when I was trying to mess with this, it did have a new remote update, which is pretty cool. They come with a lot of different apps. There's nothing in there that I use that I was not able to find as a good option on here. It is a little bit more difficult with different profiles and kids. You did see when I signed on, it did ask me if I was a kid or if I was a different profile. But overall, I'm actually very pleasantly impressed. I got this for just about 300 bucks on a special. It says the retail is for something, but I don't really buy that. I think you probably always get around 300, 325. And it's a really good TV. I wouldn't make this your only TV. It'd be a really great playroom TV like this one, but we are not keeping it for one very simple reason. And one, I will call out Amazon. They have great return policy on their products, especially their new ones like this that you don't know if you're gonna like or not. This, they will actually come and pick it back up for us, which is awesome. And only reason I tried it, because I didn't know exactly how it would work and if I would like it. I like everything about it really except for one thing. And if it didn't have this one thing, I probably would not be returning it. Do you see how far this is from the wall? It is really sticking out far. Well, if you want to center this in this fireplace that we have, the mount has to go right here. And I'll show you the back of this TV here in just a second, but the back of the TV is thick right here, and it pushes everything out. So this can't even be close to being flush with this opening. And I know it's a really silly thing, but we have a frame TV upstairs, which I actually don't like the TV itself because it has a big box, but the big box has flexibility where you put it. You can put it, we just mount it actually right behind the TV. We don't need to be super slim. A lot of people cut holes in the back of their wall and slide them in there, but this TV just sticks out way too far. And so for that reason, we're returning it. It's really tough to tell on the Amazon website, you know, exactly how big this back dimension is and if it will work. It fit all the other dimensions. It's actually really thin right here on the sides and on the top, but where we personally need it to mount it here, it'd be awesome if that thickness was up top and it was thinner down here. I know Amazon can't make a TV for everyone, so that's why this one is not for us, but otherwise, it's a great TV. If you've got a spot where you want to stick it, a stock where you put it on the wall and don't mind it sticking out a little bit, it'd be totally fine. I'll show you the back here in just a second so you can see exactly what I'm talking about, but for that reason, adios. Let me just see if this will work, okay? Alexa, return this TV.
To return a product purchased on Amazon, open Amazon and go to the orders page. Then, choose the option to return or replace items.
Well, at least she was helpful. I'll try one more thing before I go here. Alexa, show me my smart home dashboard. Alexa, turn on TV. Alexa, oh, there it is. That's pretty cool. Show me my cameras.
Sorry, I didn't find the group with the guy's name in my phone.
Up here, silly. One other thing here before I go, it does come with an IR blaster if you need this to talk to other different smart devices or not smart devices that, like a receiver. You can use this, plug in the TV so it can communicate to something like a receiver or your sound system. And if you are all bought in on the Amazon Fire, Amazon Alexa universe, then check this out. It will be a great TV. We're not 100% bought in on the whole A-word universe. We have a little bit of a mix between Siri and between Google Home, and we actually have most of our stuff that's completely automated, so we don't need to touch any buttons or talk to any smart device to get our lights to turn on or off. And so if you are completely bought in and use the A-Word ecosystem a lot, check out this Fire TV. It's really a great quality picture. It's a great device in general. The sound is pretty good. It works pretty good. You can actually have an Apple TV plugged into it. You can even say, Alexa, open Apple TV. This will probably turn on the other device. Alexa, change input to Apple TV.
I can't switch to that input. To see the supported inputs, go to the device's settings menu.
Alexa, open inputs. There's just some things that you don't know exactly what to say, and it makes it even more complicated to figure out. So let's just see here what this looks like. Oops. It does have an antenna that you can use as well. Antenna input that you can use as well, not an actual antenna. Put that in. And this is the Apple TV here, which works pretty well. You can program this, I believe, to control the Apple TV. But once again, a ton of great features, a really pretty good picture quality. You can see some of the app is just not as finely tuned as like the Apple TV app. The Apple TV actual hardware device in and of itself. There's a lot of things going for this. It's a good option, but it's not perfect, and I expect it to get better. And this is the first full Amazon Fire TV that they have made. They have made the boxes or the sticks. I've never been super impressed with the software quality of Amazon stuff, but once again, this is a great buy if you're looking at something to get a decent deal on, and don't mind it being a little bit thicker in the back. Once again, it doesn't look thick, but that's all about us. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and we hope to see you again real soon.